Good evening. My guest today is Karen Spears from the American Heart Association. And Karen, it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you, Mayor Rito.
We appreciate you coming. And I know we got a lot of great things. February is the National Heart Month, and there's a lot of things that's happening here, not only in the parish, but also in Baker. And we want you to kind of tell us about some of the things. Baker paint the town red. You want to talk about that?
Yes, well, Baker is kind of taking the lead around here and doing it up big. What painting the town red it means is with the American Heart Association, red is the color of awareness. And with heart disease being the #1 killer of Americans and stroke being the #4 killer of Americans, we know that it's also one of the most preventable diseases, and with lifestyle change. And so red is the color of our awareness. So National Go Red Day is February 1st, 2013, and the whole month of February is National Heart Month. So across the nation, you're going to see on February 1st, if you turn your TV on, if you go anywhere, you're not going to be able to miss the color red. Buildings are lighting up red. Every TV show, every soap opera, every talk show, you name it, they're going to be talking about going red. Well, Baker has taken the initiative to paint its town red for the month of February, and thanks to you and the community for embracing this cause. So we're urging everybody to do that in different ways.
I think it's a great cause, and I personally, I'm getting older. Unfortunately, I didn't have to work as hard as my parents and my grandparents, and I noticed that, because they work hard, they ate a lot of stuff that really wasn't really healthy. A lot of fatty foods and stuff. But fortunately, I guess I'm got some good genes. My grandparents on both sides and my mother and dad did not have heart problems. So we just thank God for that.
Well, you're very lucky because you can't change who your parents are, but there are things you can change, and one of them is your diet.
That's right.
And you kind of referred to that, and I'll just let you know that the biggest cause or reason that Americans may not be in that ideal cardiovascular health is due to diet.
Right.
And they can change that, and we know more today.
And more exercise, it's and less stress. The job I have is very stressful, and that's something I have to deal with, and I have to learn to be able to work and not take on the stress as much as I do. So,
right.
I know. And I think you may have mentioned it, but you want to talk some more about Go Red Sunday?
Yeah, Go Red Sunday is a way that our faith-based organizations can become involved, and we're urging those congregations in the Baker area and Baton Rouge and Zachary, what we can provide is a Go Red for Sunday toolkit. And we provide the sermon, we provide handouts, educational information. We can help point you to resources to have health screenings done that day. It's very easy, posters. And so we're really pushing this throughout the 7-8 parishes surrounding us to have as many congregations go red. It doesn't have to be a particular Sunday. Right. It can be any Sunday, and we will provide information on who you can call to get that toolkit, and we'll hand deliver it to you. It's very, very easy. And we know that in order to change the way that we think, we have to reach out to the public, and it has to be a grassroots effort. And where better to start that effort than in our faith-based organizations. And fun day to get everybody out there in red,
right,
and learn more.
How can people participate in Go Red for Women Luncheon?
Well, also in February, Go Red for Women is a campaign that American Heart Association formed. It's been 10 years. This is our 10th anniversary, which is why we're so happy about Baker going red and painting the town red. But it's been 10 years since we recognized that, yes, heart disease is the #1 killer of Americans, but women did not know that. It's the #1 killer of women. So Go Red for Women focuses on women's research, educating women. And you know what? Men need to know this too. So on February 22nd, we will have our annual Go Red for Women luncheon. It is going to be at the Baton Rouge River Center. We're expecting close to 1,000. And if you would like to get more information and reserve your seat, because it will sell out, you can contact Jody at 225-328-4551, and I believe they're going to flash that on the screen, 328-4551.
Great.
But it's an educational, fun, motivational, inspirational event that you don't want to miss.
You know, I just, it's just so amazing all that y'all do in the community. You know, and I can tell you, I really appreciate what y'all do and the efforts that the things that y'all do to make people healthy. And I'm going to participate in a program at the Pennington Center.
Are you?
Yes, it's coming up, and I was by there yesterday just to check to make sure they're still going to do it. But it's going to be a study, and it's going to be, I think, 3 or 4 months. They're going to have personal trainer. Can you imagine me getting up early in the morning to a personal trainer? But I'm going to be going over there because my wife tells me I got to live a long time to see my granddaughter grow. She's only 8 months old, but we want to see her grow.
That's right.
And I want to see her finish college and get married. So
yes,
we're making the efforts to take care of that. As we wrap up, Karen, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I just want to really let you know that there's ways that Baker can participate with your door decorating contest. Mayor Rito will be the judge, and the prize is bragging rights and a traveling trophy. So we're going to provide information on how you can get your supplies for that. So yeah, we want to make sure everybody in Baker knows about painting their town, home, business red. And
we certainly appreciate you being here, Karen. Thank you so much. And we're just looking forward to doing this and working with you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Promoting your business in these competitive times can be tough. You need to use everything possible to stand out in the crowd. Your vehicle is an asset most companies overlook when advertising. Now you can promote just like major companies by wrapping your vehicle with eye-catching graphics. Frogskin Graphics wraps boats, cars, trucks, and buildings. No job too large or small. Full-color banners, window graphics, and signs designed, printed, and installed by professionals. 683-9595.
Welcome back to Baker Forward. My next guest is Chip McCallum, and he's the Director of Continuous Improvement at Stubb Corporation. And Chip, welcome. I appreciate you coming on. And I know a lot of people see Stubb and they don't know exactly what happened. They see a lot of pipe over there, but they don't know and I've had the pleasure of actually touring the plant and seeing how you do it. It's amazing the technology and the things that y'all have brought down improvement over the years. You want to tell us a little something about your background and how long you've been with the company?
Sure. Well, first of all, thanks for having me, Mayor. I've been with Stubb Corporation now since the summer of 2010. Primarily focused in our operational group, currently in a continuous improvement role, overseeing some of our process improvements, again, mostly focused on the manufacturing sector, but somewhat in our overall business processes and systems as well. Before joining Stubb, I was most recently at Columbia Business School in New York City, and before that was working for a specialty chemical manufacturing company in the New York metropolitan area in sort of a general management role.
Where are you originally from, Chip?
Grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. Spent my first 18 years there before heading to the East Coast.
Right. I love St. Louis. My wife and I had an opportunity to visit the beautiful city, and we We actually went up in the arch, so it was a great.
You're a brave man.
Can you describe to everyone what exactly that Stupp Corporation does?
Sure. So our Baton Rouge operations are primarily focused in the area of steel pipe manufacture for use in the oil and gas industries. There are some applications of our pipe that can be used for structural applications and so on and so forth, but the primary market segment that we're involved in is transmission pipe for oil and natural gas. We have 2 facilities on our campus that make steel pipe. It's important to note that whereas the normal business model would perhaps be perceived that we would make pipe and then sell it, all the pipe that we make is project-based. So in other words, there's all custom specifications, and we take the order first and then produce to those specs. The first facility that we built in 1969, which is sort of nearer to Thomas Road, if you're familiar with where our facilities are, manufactures high-frequency weld pipe. So essentially think about taking a flat sheet of steel and rolling it over and having a straight seam down the top. The newer facility that we put in most recently in 2009 is a spiral weld facility.
And that'll go up to what, 60 inches?
60 inches is correct. And whereas the older mill makes the pipe as I described by rolling the strip of steel over, this is a helical or spiral process, so you can think of what the inside of your paper towel roll looks like.
And the technology is unbelievable, and the way that work, it was just fascinating for me to be there and see how it was done. I mean, it was a great, and also it puts the company at an advantage to be able to do this.
Well, we certainly feel that it was advantageous for us. It was a, $90 million investment, which obviously was not taken lightly. But what it allowed us to do was have the flexibility of having a broader product range and ability to really serve the market in a more efficient manner.
Right. And Coach, y'all have been there a while, so I mean, obviously y'all done something right.
Well, we'd like to think so. Yeah, thank you. We've been in Baton Rouge here since 1952. Stupp Corporation is a division of a company called Stupp Brothers, Inc., which was actually founded by my great-great-great-grandfather in 1856 in St. Louis. But Stupp Corp here in Baton Rouge has been here since 1952 manufacturing pipe. And we're very proud of the things we've been able to do along the way.
Right, and people don't really understand the value of what Stupp Corporation does. You provide jobs, you provide opportunities for folks, but most important, those jobs just a spinoff, because for every employee that y'all hire and looking at when you pay them, that's spin off to other jobs, and it can be up to 5 to 7 additional jobs in the community as a result, because people take that money and they go spend it in the community. So I want to tell you, we appreciate y'all being here. The state of Louisiana has gotten high marks for its economic development program. Has Stupp been able to work with the state in this regards?
Absolutely. One of the things that we're most proud of at Stupp Corporation is, whereas we've had tremendous production growth and volume growth of pipe that we've produced. Over 12 years, we've increased our pipe production from 416%. I mean, it's been very large, but to do that, we've had to bring along, a lot more employees and really invest in our employee base and bring on a lot more folks. For example, in 2005, we had 156 employees total at Stupp Corporation. By the end of last year, we had 493, which is quite a jump, more than 200% in growth. So the state of Louisiana has been fantastic in really helping us. We've worked with Louisiana Fast Start and other agencies to help train and really rapidly bring on board these folks.
You mentioned training, Chip. I know that I'm working with people in your organization, Don Bohatch, and we're working with Baton Rouge Community College, working on workforce development, because we realize that a lot of the old skills, the millwright, the electricians, millwright machinists, those skills, you don't have as many people. You know, I went to get my bush hog blade sharpened. You can't find a blacksmith anymore. Those skills are gone.
It's true, and you know, we are seeing that it is harder and harder to find individuals with some of those skill sets, as millwrights and qualified electricians and so on and so forth. It's just harder to find those individuals. So the work you know, that we've been doing with Baton Rouge Community College to really create a development program for these individuals is very key for us going forward.
And you know, appreciate you being here, and certainly want to thank you and all that your company does in the community, and thank y'all for all y'all community involvement.
Well, thank you.
Greater Baton Rouge Medical Office Building at Howell Place is conveniently located near the Baton Rouge Airport, offering medical services for all ages, lifestyles, and diagnosis. Greater Baton Rouge Medical Office Building offers a wide range of physicians to service your needs, from visual changes to upper and lower extremity orthopedic problems, back and neck injuries, and pain management. After consultation with your physician, there is an on-site physical therapy clinic to get you back to work or to your recreational pastime. If mobility is a problem, a home health office is on the premises to accept referrals. This modern medical marketplace has convenient parking and is designed for complete personal and family health care. Greater Baton Rouge Medical Office Building at Howell Place is recognized for high-quality care and wants to be your choice for all of your family's health care needs.
Welcome back to Baker Forward. Well, our next guest is Dr. Charles Vinson, who I've known probably 30 years. And he's a professor at Southern University, a very distinguished professor. And he's also a councilman for the city of Baker, and he's been a councilman for 12 years. And I want to welcome you to Baker Forward, Councilman.
Thank you so much.
Councilman
Congratulations
Vinson.
on your show, and I'm delighted to be here.
Yeah. One of the things that, you know, February is Black History Month. So, you know, Dr. Vinson is a historian, Black history, and certainly has done a lot of research and activities in the Black community, educating folks on Black history. The first thing I'd like to show is the picture of the schoolhouse that I started school in. Can y'all bring that up? It's the schoolhouse that in 1950, I went to school there, and this is a schoolhouse was built as talking with some of the elderly people in the community in the late 1920s or either in the early 30s. I am thinking that this is a Rosenwald schoolhouse. I've contacted the Rosenwald, and Rosenwald schoolhouses were built throughout the South.
Yes.
Sears and Roebuck, Mr. Roebuck, and
Julius Rosenwald.
Julius
Yes.
Rosenwald, and a number of people helped put build these schoolhouses for Black kids to get an education throughout the South.
And we're very grateful to them for that. I didn't go to a Rosenwald school, but I went to one that my dad and the Black men in the community had helped build, and we got the Jeans funds, the Honor T. Jeans funds, and that was very helpful and indispensable to keeping those schools open.
Right. And the thing about these schools, they didn't have heating and air.
That's right.
They had, well, I did have heating. It was a stove, but you had to go out and cut the wood. The men in the community had to cut wood and provide wood for the kids, or you'd have to go out and pick up limbs under the tree to stay warm. But it was an experience, and it's certainly one that I will cherish the rest of my life, of having the opportunity to start school in a 2-room schoolhouse.
That's right. Same here. We had a coal, and we'd go out to a little shed out back and get the coals to bring them in, the bigger boys. And I was with the class at the Masters Elementary School in Hazelhurst, Mississippi. That was the last class to graduate. The next year, 1959, they consolidated the schools, and we went to just one school, and they shut down many of those small schools. Ours was the Masters Elementary. We used to play St. Peter's and St. Maurice, and these kids were in churches for schools, just like Ernest Gaines was. And those was just the rudiments of education, but the dedicated teachers, parents, the community rallied behind us.
They were.
Yes.
Dr. Vinson, who established Black History Month and why?
Black History Month was started by Dr. Carter G. Woodson. And Dr. Woodson was a Harvard PhD. He was a native of West Virginia. And this is a good biography of Woodson by Jackie Goggin. And Woodson, unlike you and your experience and my experience, was not in I guess, an organized school system until he was a little bit beyond teen years almost, and rose to go to Chicago and get his doctorate, being the second black to gain a doctorate from Harvard. He wrote and edited over 21 books. So Woodson knew that black people's history needed to be more known, and he started that movement. It's called Negro History Week.
And talking about books, you've authored, what, 5 books?
Yeah, I've written and edited 5 books, and I'm just so grateful. My first book was an LSU Press publication, and it's been recently reissued by the Southern Illinois University Press with a new preface.
Right.
And it dealt with the black legislators in Louisiana during Reconstruction. And, you know, the audience can just contact me or contact Southern Illinois University Press and obtain a copy.
You know, most people don't know Louisiana had the first black governor.
You're exactly right. And we've named the engineering building at Southern for him. And there's a bust of him in the Senate chamber, going to the Senate chamber, in the hallway, that the Community Advancement Corporation, I was involved in that effort too, placed there in 1976. So we have honored him with a not a statue like Claiborne has, but a full bust of his head. And there were other elected officials then. There was 3 black lieutenant governors. And one of my favorites was the state treasurer, Antoine Duplessis. And it might be a relative of yours. But he was state treasurer for 10 years. Not one penny was missing. His political opponents looked at the records and found that he had not misappropriated or misused any funding. His successor, however, who was not African American, stole $1.4 million and left the state. So there were some wonderful things done during Reconstruction.
Yeah. What can we as a nation and as citizens locally learn from the celebration?
We can learn and research black history. The next time you go to a traffic signal light, Garrett Morgan, a black man. The next time you have a blood transfusion, Charles Drew. The next time you use the golf tee, you have these kind of inventions that blacks provided. Even the fire extinguisher and the iron, the comb for your hair and things of this nature, along with many other inventions like the automatic transmission. The real McCoy comes from Elijah McCoy developing a device that could actually oil the trains as they rolled along the tracks. So we can learn that all around us, all of our citizens have contributed. And by learning about the black contributions, we are much enriched and better as a society.
Well, we need to let our kids, especially our young black kids, know. And we see a lot of things happening now, a lot of violence, a lot of kids dropping out of school, and they don't realize how important it is to get an education. And we need to make sure that they understand and we teach our kids the history, because if you don't learn from history, guess what? History normally repeats itself.
That's correct. And we can learn from our mistakes. We can improve upon what we have done. The good things, we can make them even better. And a person without a history is like a bird without wings.
That's right. And Dr. Vinson, we certainly appreciate you being with you. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much
you.
for having me. Thank
you.
you so much. I've enjoyed it.